Hello everyone. Let's start with the unit 4, that is cookies and browser data. Okay. So in previous chapter we learned what are forms, how to create forms and event handling. So here in this chapter we learn what are cookies, what are sessions and what are different browser data. Okay. So first topic is the cookies. So in this video we learn different topics related to the cookies. What exactly basics of the cookies and how to create a cookie, how to delete a cookie, how to read the value of the cookies. So these are the topics we are going to learn in this chapter. Okay. So now let's move on to the next slide. Okay. So what exactly is a cookie? So cookie is basically a small piece of data that is stored on a file on your computer. So when you, for example, when you are opening a browser and when you are doing certain searches, so your history, that is your cookie stores the information. That cookie is stored in the computer, and next time when the user uh, opens the browser, that cookie is returned, means it stores the data related to the user. So the information basically present in the cookie is accessed by the web browser, and the web browser remembers the information about the user in the following two ways. See, what it remembers: when user visits the web page, his name is stored in the cookie. Then next time again when the user visits the page, the cookie remembers his or her name. Okay. So when the user visits the same page, the cookie remembers that the user who had already visited previously. Okay. So basically, cookies are saved in a name value pair, that is username is equal to the value. So username is, for example, username is equal to Raj. So here name is the username and the value is Raj. So basically it is stored in name value pair. Okay. So basically it is a text file that contains three types of data. First is your name value pair, which contains the actual data of the cookie. Then next is the expiry date. We set the expiry date of the cookie after which the cookie is not valid, that is, a cookie is deleted. Then the domain and path of the server it should be sent to. Okay, so basically three types of data are stored in the cookie: the name value pair, then the expiry date, and the domain and path of the server that it should be sent. Okay, so this is a cookie. Okay. So basically a small piece of data stored in a file on your computer. Based on it stores the user data inside the cookie. If user visits the same page again, the cookie will remember the user, browser will remember the name of the user. Okay. So now let's move on to the next slide. We'll see different types of cookies over there. So yeah, this is what the cookie content. Then there are two types of cookies: session cookie and the persistent cookie. So basically, a session cookie is basically stored in the temporary memory. That is, it remains in the memory only while user is reading or navigating the website, and it is automatically deleted when user exits the browser. So basically, it doesn't have an expiry date, and it is temporary. That is, it is remains in the temporary memory while just the user is reading or navigating the website. When once the user closes the web browser, that cookie is already deleted. This is called a session cookie. And next is the persistent cookie. Persistent cookie is basically assigned an expiry date. That is, it is basically written in the hard disk, and it remains inside the memory until the expiration date has been reached. Okay, and after the expiration date of that cookie is reached, it is deleted. It is not deleted when we close the browser application. It is deleted only when its expiration date is reached. Okay, so this is basically a permanent cookie. That is a persistent cookie. So basically two types of cookies: session cookie and a persistent cookie. Session cookie is is stored in temporary memory, and persistent cookie is basically stored in the hard disk. Okay. So these are two types of cookies. Now in the next slide, we'll see how to exactly create a cookie. Okay. So for creating cookie is basically a simple technique, and we need to assign a cookie value to window dot to document dot cookie method. Okay. So we'll see just the syntax. So document dot cookie is equal to, so document is your basically a document dot cookie is for setting a cookie. So document dot cookie is equal to, you will write the name of the cookie. So your name of the cookie is what? Username is equal to Raj. Raj is the value of the cookie. And after Raj, always we have to give a semicolon, that is a delimiter. Okay. So here username is the name of the cookie and value of cookie is Raj and semicolon is the delimiter of the cookie. So you have to always specify a delimiter of a cookie. Then close the double quotes. So this is how the cookie is created. Now we'll see the example how exactly it is created. Okay. Okay. So write a JavaScript for creating a cookie for the username. Okay. So your as you all know that you cookie has a name value pair. Okay. So we'll create a cookie which has a name as username and value you are going to give it at runtime. Okay. And that value will you will retrieve and store it as a cookie. Okay. So we'll first see the output. So here what we have done, we have taken a form. Inside the form, we have taken a label as enter name and we have taken a text box. Okay. Inside the text box, we are going to enter the value of the cookie and whatever value we are entering will be the actual value of the cookie. And when we click on a create cookie button, we'll get an alert that cookie is created and the cookie will be stored. Okay. So basically, name of the cookie will keep it as username and value of the cookie we are going to enter it as the at runtime. Okay. Here we have entered it as Anand. Okay. And then when you click on the create cookie button, the cookie will be created and you will get an alert as cookie is created. Now we'll see the code exactly how it is done. Okay. So this is your code. So first we'll see the form designing part. See after the body tag. So inside the body tag form, name of the form is given as form 1. Then we have taken a label as enter name. Then open the tag. We have taken a text box. So input type is equal to text and here we have given the name of a text box as username. So username is basically a name of the text box. Okay, then we have taken a button. On click of that button, a cookie should be created. So input type is equal to button. Value is what? Create cookie. And on click, we are going to call a create cookie function. Okay. So on click is equal to create cookie method we are going to function we are going to call over here. Okay. So now see the script tag. So HTML tag, head tag, then open the script tag. Function create cookie with document dot form one document dot cookie. So I told you that document dot cookie method is basically used to create a cookie. So document with document dot form one is the name of the form. Then now creating a cookie. Document dot cookie is equal to, so your name, first we have to give the name to a cookie. Okay. So name I have written as in double quotes I have given is it as username. So username is the name I have given to a cookie, username. Now we have to write the value of the cookie. So value of the cookie is stored inside the text box. Okay. So we'll retrieve first the name of the text box. So name is what? Username. So username dot value. So name of your text box is what? Username. So username dot value will give you the value of your text box. So plus username dot value will give the actual value that is entered inside the text box. Okay. Then again the plus symbol and I told you that we have to use a delimiter. So in double quotes I have written what? Semicolon. Okay. So what will be your name and what will be your value? So username will be the name of the cookie and value you will retrieve it at runtime, whatever you enter in the text box. So username dot value will retrieve the name that is entered inside the text box. Okay. And after the cookie is created, the alert will be displayed what cookie is created. Okay. So on click of a button, this function will be called and it will give you the output. Okay. Now let's see the output. So this is your output. Enter name is the label, and you are entering. For example, I've entered what Anand, and when I click on a create cookie button, a cookie will be created. So its name will be username, its value will be Anand, and I will get an alert that cookie is created. Okay. So this is how we create a cookie. Next is what reading a cookie value. Okay. So now we'll see how to read the value of a cookie. We have already created a cookie. Now we want to read, want to check if exactly the cookie is created or not. Okay. So basically, it is a common practice to create a cookie and then read the value of the cookie. So I told you that document.cookie string will keep the list of all the name value pairs. Means it will document the cookie method string will store all the cookies that are created with its name and value pair. Okay. Name is equal to value pair which will be separated by semicolon. Okay, so all the list will be stored in document.cookie string. Okay, so where it will be splitted into two, this that is name, where the name will be the name of the cookie and value will be its string. Okay, so basically using split function, the cookies are basically broken into key and value pairs. There should be many cookies stored in the document.cookie method. Okay, so they are basically splitted by broken into key value pair using split method. Okay, so the what does the split method do? It basically finds the is equal to character. Okay, then it takes all the characters that are to the left of the is equal to and store it in the array 0. So array 0 will contain the names of the cookie. What it will contain? Names of the cookie. Okay. Then again the split method will search for is equal to character and it will store all the characters that are to the right of the cookie into array 1 array. Okay. So what split method does? It basically store the key and value pair into different arrays. So key, that is the name of a cookie, is stored into array 0 arrays, and array 1 arrays will store all the values of the cookies. Okay, so thus we obtain the name of the cookie in array 0 and value of the cookie in array 1. Okay, getting it? So this is how the split function stores all the key and value pairs. Okay. Now we'll now we'll see with the example how to read a value of a cookie. So HTML tag, head tag. We'll see first the output. See, value is equal to Anand. We had already created a cookie. Okay. Now when you use split method, we'll get the output as value is to Anand. We had said only one cookie. So that will get over here. Let's see the code. Okay. First, let's see the form design. Inside the form design, what we'll do, we'll take just a button. So input type is equal to button. Value of the button is read cookie. And on click of the button, read cookie method will be called. Now we'll see what exactly we have written in the function read cookie in order to split the cookie, in order to read the value of a cookie. So with document.form1. So form1 is basically the current form. Form1 is the name of the form. So we have taken one variable as value. Value is equal to document.cookie.split. In bracket I have written is equal to in single quote 1. Single quote 1 means what? It will basically retrieve I told you that in array 1 the value of cookie is stored. So document.cookie.split in bracket is equal to 1 will give you the value of the cookie. So document dot write, we are going to write in double quotes, value is to plus value. So plus value is your variable value. Inside the variable value, you will get what? The value of the cookie, that is array 1. So it will retrieve the value as whatever value, whatever cookie, whatever is the value of the cookie, that is we had set it to Anand. So it will retrieve what value is to Anand. So this is how we read a cookie. That is we retrieve the value of a cookie over here. Okay. Now let's move on to the next slide. Next is what deleting a cookie. Now, how do you delete a cookie? See, basically, there are two types: session and persistent. Session cookie is basically automatically deleted when we close the browser session. But persistent cookie, in order to delete a persistent cookie, we have to set an expiry date. So how we'll set an expiry date? We will set the expiry date of a previous month that has already been passed. So if we set that expiration date to a cookie, it will be automatically deleted because that time is already passed. Okay. That is, we'll set the previous expiry date in order to delete the cookie. Okay, let's see the code over here. So basically two methods are used over here, set month and get month method. Set month method basically sets the month whatever we want, we can pass the parameter, and get month method basically gets the current month which is going on. Okay. Okay. Now let's see the code one by one. Okay, let's see the output first. Enter name. Name is what you are doing. First you are setting a cookie and then you are deleting a cookie. So here we have set a cookie to Anand. Cookie value is Anand, and when we click on delete cookie button, we'll get an alert that cookie is deleted and cookie will actually be deleted. Okay. Let's see the code. HTML tag, head tag, then the script tag, then a function. Function name is what? Delete cookie. Then expiry date, we are going to take one variable as expiry date. So where expiry date is equal to, we are setting it to new date. Okay, new date will set it to current date. So expiry date, now we are going to set the actual expiry date of a cookie. Expiry date dot set month. Set month method will basically set the month for the cookie. Set month, then expiry date dot get month. Get month will retrieve the current month. For example, the current month is what? September. Okay. September minus 1. September minus 1 means previous month of September is what? August. So here we are setting the expiry date to what? August. Okay, so August has already passed, right? So it will automatically delete the cookie if we set the expiry date to previous month. Okay, so expiry date dot set month will set the month. Expiry date dot get month will basically get the month, and minus one will do what? It will just set the month to previous month. Okay, so with document dot form one, document dot cookie, first we'll create a cookie. So document dot cookie is equal to username plus username dot value will create a will assign the will take a value of username, will give the value, um, will retrieve the value from a text box, that is cookie value, and give it, set it to a username dot value. Username dot value will extract the value and set it over here. So this is how we have created a cookie. Now we'll set the expiry date for the cookie. So document dot cookie is equal to expires. Expires is equal to, expires is just a caption we have given. Expires is equal to expiry date variable dot to UTC string plus semicolon. So this will basically delete a cookie. So alert cookie deleted. Okay, and you'll get an alert. So close head script tag, close head and open body tag. Now we'll see the form design. Form name of the form is form 1. Then we are taking a text box in order to enter the value of a cookie. Input type is equal to text, name is equal to username. So here we'll give any name to a cookie. Then, but on a click of a button, the cookie will be deleted. So input type is equal to button, value is equal to delete cookie. On click of that button, a delete cookie function will be called and it will delete the cookie. Okay, then close the form tag, close body and close HTML tag. So this is how we delete a cookie. Okay, now let's move on to the next slide. Okay, next is what setting expiration date of a cookie. Okay, so basically we can set the expiration date of a cookie by extending the life of cookie beyond the current browser session. That is a persistent cookie. Okay, so following are three built-in functions which are required for setting a cookie: get month, set month, and toGMT string. Get month, as I told that get month does what? It retrieves the current month from the system clock of the computer that is running the JavaScript. Set month, it does what? It assigns the month to date variable. Okay. And to GMT string, it basically returns the value of date variable to in the format of a string. Okay. Which is then assigned to a cookie. Okay. Let's see the code. So here what we are doing, here we are setting the cookie expiry date to the next month. Okay. To the next month from the current month. Okay. So new expiry date. Let's see the output, then I'll explain the code. See what we are doing. We are taking a label as enter name. We are taking a text box where we are going to enter the value of the cookie, and we are going to take a button as set expiry date. So when you click on that button, a new expiry date will be set for the cookie and we'll get an alert that new expiry date is set for the cookie. Okay. Now let's see the code. First we'll see the form design over here. So here is the form design. So inside the body tag, form name is given as form 1. Then we have taken what? Okay, here I have not taken this thing. What? Text box. So you take a text box, input type is equal to text, then value is equal to name is equal to username and all. You take that text box. Then you take a button, input type is equal to button. Value of a button you should take as set set cookie, and on click you will call the function. Okay. Function is set expiry date. Okay. Here on click read cookie method is called. You don't call that read cookie method. You just call the set expiry date cookie function. Okay. So now let's see how that function is done. So expiry date is equal to new date. Then expiry date. Now here we are going to set the expiry date. So expiry date dot set month will set the month for the date, expiry date. Then in bracket expiry date dot get month will basically retrieve the current month from the system clock of your computer, and plus 1 means it will set the expiry date to the next month from the current month. Okay. Okay, so this now the expiry date, for example, the current month is September, then the expiry date is set to October. Okay, so with document.form1, document.cookie is equal to username plus username.value. Okay, and then give a semicolon. This is basically used to set a cookie value. So username plus username dot value will do what? It basically retrieve the cookie value from your text box and it will store over here. Then now we are going to set the expiry. So document dot cookie is equal to expires is equal to plus expiry date dot to UTC string. It will convert the expiry date into string and it will send it to cookie. Okay, then alert will be displayed that new expiry date is set to the. Okay, so this is how it works. Thank you. I hope all the codes are clear to you all.